Welcome to Forever Exiled. I'm Justin, aka Tags.
And I'm Tyler, Wrecker of Days.
Episode 331 of our podcast together. February 6th. Happy February 6th. No special day about it, but you know.
Well, dude, Groundhog Day?
Wasn't that earlier in the week?
Well, yeah, but we don't have a podcast every day.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we're celebrating Groundhog Day this week.
That's right.
Big
one of the best movies ever. One of the best.
It is actually a really good one, yeah. Big shout out to our patrons. Thanks everybody who resubbed up this week. It gets you access to After Dark as our podcast after the podcast, and we just keep rocking and rolling.
On my Segway. Remember that from Weird Al?
Oh no,
keep me.
I didn't listen to much Weird Al.
It's riding dirties. Remember Josh? That one year he was in the hockey pool, won it with his team riding dirties.
That's what it was called. Yeah.
So anyway.
Anyway, thank you, patrons, and happy Groundhog Day of the week, February 6th.
It is.
How was your week?
But dude, well, that's a good segue to lawn talk because we didn't have any snow this year, and normally we get our snow in February. We could. But we're already in the first week of February, it's almost beautiful. Done. Valentine's Day is like a week away, and I've forgot that I was married like this whole year. So I got a lot of makeup to do. Probably not going to happen. It's just a week away. Just best to forget it and move on to next year. But
that's right.
With like normally we'd get like our Arctic winds, you know what I mean? And long-term listeners will know every couple of
feel like the winters roof's coming off.
Yeah, but it's like we'll get it for a week of this crazy crisp Arctic wind. And didn't get one of them this year. We had quite a few atmospheric rivers that were pretty intense.
Yeah, lots
really
of rain,
big ones.
For sure.
Yeah.
When you close that.
The valley flooded again, but we had no snow. Not hints of snow. It barely got to 0 degrees at night. And there were, as far as I can remember, no windstorms. And all of a sudden, it's the first week of February and it's 13 degrees.
That's beautiful outside.
Like my kids have...
Is it actually 13?
They're going skating today with their school.
Yeah.
And they're going in they were like, do I have to wear pants today? I'm like, yeah, because you're going to the skating rink. Otherwise, it'd be fine with shorts. Crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. So anyway.
Is it actually 13? I thought it was still lower than that, though.
No. I mean, it was still a little frosty on the grass.
This is like my favorite. Like cold, but sunny. Oh, yeah, that is like 100%. My favorite ever. Yeah.
Agreed. And so I don't know, like I turned off my taps as everybody does and should, but didn't need to in retrospect. And we might be mowing our lawns in a couple weeks.
It already looks like it needs to. Like it's already getting,
it's already starting to grow. The heather around the house. It's vibrant with color. The bees are going crazy. It's awesome. So anyway, happy spring.
And Groundhog Day.
If nobody's seen the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray,
you should.
Please do. If there's anything you do under that rock of yours, watch that movie.
Well, and it is what about Bob?
Yeah.
I sail.
I'm all alone.
There's nobody here. He just runs and veers. It's like he goes straight. Man, so good.
The serpentine. Anyway. Oh, man. And then the fake Tourette's, of course.
How is it?
It's like watching Seinfeld act in his own show and like burst out laughing in the middle of like a serious joke or something like that.
So good.
Yeah, that's what the Tourette's one looks like to me. It's pretty funny.
How was your week?
I had a good week, Justin. Thank you for asking. I played a buttload of Pathofexile.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, some mandatory, some for fun. And but it was all great. I had a really good time and played lots with my wife in Pathofexile. And yeah, it was really good. Had some medical appointments that I've been waiting for a long time to happen. So that was really nice.
Were they good? Anything out of them positive or just a direction or anything?
Progress.
Good.
Progress. Good. I mean, you know our medical system, right? You wait 6 months for an appointment. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, well, let's set you up with this. And you got to wait another 3 months.
We'll see you in 6 months.
And it's like you want to deal with one issue at a time. You don't want to like do too much at once, only because if there is an issue or a result or a change in your situation, you want to know what change you did that encouraged it, that helped it. So you have to do one thing at a time. But sometimes that process is 6 to 9 months. So 69 months? No, 6 to 9 months. And So it was good, and the kids are good, but we have Violet's
appointment coming up, right?
Sunny Hill appointments coming up.
Yep.
Like 10 days away, so I don't know if it'll be done by the next podcast or not, but kind of nervous because we haven't talked to her about why the appointments are happening or what they're doing. So we've come up with a couple ways that we want to bring it up with her ahead of time.
Sure.
If she's diagnosed with anything, we don't want it to be like, oh, I had no, like as a surprise, but she's been going through a lot, just, puberty and school and changes.
There's a lot going on. Sure.
And we just discovered that she was getting made fun of, not a lot, because schools are a little bit more inclusive these days. Like,
do we need to break? I'll go.
Right.
We'll go.
Well, Oliver had a skittleball game the other day, and there's a kid in a motorized wheelchair in there, and he can only use one of his hands, and he could barely use his other, and can't call for the ball or anything like that. But they found a way to include him.
Okay, cool.
Which was really cool. And it's like they made special rules around them, but they made it as competitive and fun for everyone else as possible. And I just like that never in our life would have happened
when we were
in
kids,
the 90s when we were in high school. Like they just wouldn't like you either make the team or you don't. And if you don't make the team, well, that's just like you're good at something else, right? And so it was really awesome to see that. And I know the other schools that our kids go to are being just as inclusive and trying really hard. And you can only be in so many places at once. But we just discovered this week, and I know my daughter does this all the time here, but I didn't know she did this in public. I just discovered this week. She's in her La La Land, and she's pretending, but acting it out and totally out loud.
Sure.
Just on the playground, in the
just doing her thing
on the park, right? But like, so it's like if she's running from someone in her mind, she's like screaming and yelling and looking back terrified, or if like she's getting like, beaten up in her mind, right? Or if she needs rescuing. Yeah.
Sure.
So people see her doing this, and of course they have their comments about it. And we just discovered that was happening this week. So that wasn't even on any of the applications going to Sunny Hill. But
did you talk to teachers? Did you talk to anybody?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, not yet. But we just discovered it, and it also like I'm totally fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just
as long as people aren't being like aggressive and
of course,
of
course. And one thing that it's obviously it's tough as a parent to know if your kid's getting picked on or not. But another thing that it's important to remind myself of, and of course my wife as well, is that kids get made fun of no matter what. You know what I mean? So whether it's for something that's standing out or something that, everyone else will get made fun of for as well. Like at the end of the day, it's important to, not saying you don't stand, like I'm not getting into the nuances of like how to deal with it, but it's important to know how to deal with it as well.
Breaking
so just
faces.
Because she's getting, yes, but just because it's happening doesn't mean it's a red flag. It's just one of those things that you
something to keep an eye on.
Or need to be aware of. Like if I didn't know that, and then we go through this whole process of figuring out what level of, I don't even know if level's the right word, but what kind of autism she has, and we didn't even know that. Like who knows, right? So, what I'm really looking forward to. So there's 2 appointments we have in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
One of them is she'll be staying home from school for it, even though she's only going to be a small part of it. But it'll be about a 2-hour video conference with Aaron and I, and then the doctor, and then. The next day we drive out to Van and Violet's got a 1-hour appointment just on her own. Like we're not even invited. Yeah. I don't even know if we're allowed in the waiting room. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so I can't wait to find out. Like I don't know what kind of feedback we get from that, what they normally give, but I will have 1,000 questions. I want the video copy of that interview. I want to know what she an adult just asking her questions about her
just talking
for
to
an hour. That's every kid's dream on the planet. The amount of stuff they could talk about. Oh man. So anyway, it's going to be a really good week this week.
Cool.
And Aaron and I are pretty confident and comfortable with kind of the way we want to bring it up with her to not make it emotional. She's been very emotional lately with life, school, like what I was talking about. That was the whole point I brought that up, not for the autistic side, but for the getting made fun of side. So there's been a lot of emotions when coming home, and then puberty, and then her birthday's coming up, and
there's a lot. So
we just want to be, and I don't it's tough to know how she's going to take it. It's always a 50-50 chance. It's going to be very emotional, but very happy or very traumatized. So that's just it's been a good week in the Tyler and Aaron house.
It's good. Are we wearing the same shirt?
Okay, hang on. Stand close. Mine's covered in cat. You know what? I thought mine was darker and cooler, but is yours from Old Navy? No, you're too rich.
I don't know what it's from. I have no idea what it's from. It's not
Old Navy. Hang on. Mine's very clearly Old Navy. My Old Navy is really bright.
It is really bright, yeah.
And you have a football.
I think it's like a koala something. There's a koala on it. I don't know what it is, but it's comfortable.
Anyway. Yeah,
it's comfortable.
Awesome.
Yeah,
but
old guys comparing shirts.
Yeah. Does it hide your flab as well as mine?
That's the only reason I buy them. It's the only reason I buy them.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, good times, good times. So yeah, no, it's been a really, really good week, and looking forward to the weeks to come. How was your week?
My week. It was. So I think we talked last week, and I was like, I just have to get through this weekend because last weekend we were rolling out our final sort of step in this new system, and we recorded Friday. And on Saturday, I had a meeting because everything was going live Sunday. So I knew I was going to be up early on Sunday, like 2 a.m. It was rolling. So I knew I was going to get up early on Sunday to make sure everything was working. Everything was fine. Saturday, I have a meeting with one of the people on our team. And she very emotionally brings up the fact that there's something wrong and that it's chaos and it's going to be the end of the world. And I'm stressed trying to think like how I'm going to fix this. I'm on with one of our providers trying to figure out what we're going to do because we can't screw everything up for going live the next day. So I'm working through it. I thought I was having a heart attack. Like I thought my heart is going to come out of my chest. I can't breathe. I can't talk. Like I went and laid down on my bed because I was like, I have to calm down. Like I'm just, it's not going well. So I put the heart, because I check my heart blood pressure every morning, and my blood pressure is good. They always ask me when I go in for stuff. I was 168 over 110. Like the thing was red. I've never had it red before.
Warning.
And so yeah, it was a rough start to the week.
Okay.
But I also it was a good opportunity for me to just talk to myself and just I'm normally a pretty good person of I don't give a fuck. Like we'll do what has to get done, but it's not going to bother me. And I had not been like that for a while. So that I'm just sort of working my way back into that mindset of it'll be fine. Stop worrying about it. It's hard when you have like 200 people that rely on that change happening.
Yeah.
And everything working properly. I was thinking to myself, like, how many people were going to bed that night going like, not even thinking about it. Wasn't even a thought. And meanwhile, I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't. It was a rough start to the week. And then as the week went on, it's been good. It's been insanely busy. It's been a lot of driving around. I haven't had any free time at all week, but it's at least positive. Like feedback's been great. Like we're working now into this new system and most people seem to be quite happy. So yeah, it's, I didn't get to do anything really. Like I hung out with the kids. I did as much as I could because I was getting home late. I was up early. So I just basically wanted to hang out with them, check out how their day was. And then we started watching Fallout. So we're working our way through Fallout. The final
episode came out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we only have 2 left. I think we only have 2 episodes left of it, but it's so fun to watch. I really do quite enjoy it.
Such a well-made show.
Yeah. It was fun actually seeing some of the things that you talked about, like that you would only really understand because you played the game. But then I'm watching it with my wife who's totally into it and she's never played the game. So it's kind of fun watching through that with her. And then we've been watching the Goldbergs with Logan. So as much as I could, I was trying to chill.
Tell him what the 80s and 90s were like.
Yeah, exactly. There were so many scenes in there that I was laughing at him. I'm like, that is like what your grandma was like. That was my mom. Like just some of the sweaters she wore and just some of the ways it's awesome. It's so fun to watch.
That is funny.
So, but yeah, just trying as much as I can to chill with them, but I didn't get time. I did not have time I haven't even started our private league yet. Our private league is. I was so stressed about coming onto my computer. I think I told you this because my bottom monitor here was just notepads. I had through the last 10 months of just working through systems, trying to figure things out. I remember like I switched my computer a while back because I lost all that work. So since then it's Windows 11. So I'm not as worried about it, but I had so many notepads on my screen that it was stressing me out. Every time I come to the computer, I was like, I can't enjoy my time on the computer. So I had a good talk with Christina after everything went sideways on the Saturday. So she helped give me some ideas for how to manage all that. And I'm not going to lie, Ty, I'm going to send you a picture on Discord. And don't share it, obviously, because the contents within it is not something I would want somebody else to see. But
she sends me pictures like this all the time.
But I had ChatGPT help me build a tracker for all of our stuff that was going on so that I could actually start getting it into a spot where I could keep track of what was happening and what needed to be taken care of. Oh my God, did it ever feel so much better once I had finished it? I had got rid of all of my notepads on my screen. I mean, it's a lot. There's like so much of this, but color coded with drop down things. I know you know how to do it all, but for me, I'm not a Sheets person, an Excel person.
That's fun.
So yeah, it was a good week once it got rolling, but it was a brutal week to get started.
And did it launch okay for people? Like
it launched just fine. After all the shit that happened on the Saturday, we woke up, I got on with our provider Sunday morning. They had it all fixed before it even rolled out for any of our company.
Good.
So it was all fixed fine, like everything worked, but it's just I was so stressed to try and make sure that this didn't mess up, and then to find out the day before, I was so mad. Like I was livid that somebody was telling me that the day before when they had plenty of time to have, discovered this ahead of time. But whatever. In the end, everything was all good. You're
like the frontline warrior who's dragging his half corpse of a friend on the front line, and then everybody's at home just, hey, what's on TV?
Yeah, right. It was good. It's at least all moved forward now, and everybody's happy and happy-ish. But yeah, I didn't really do much fun stuff. Besides hanging out with the kids, which is fun. We had my niece over quite a few times, which is fun too. But yeah, it's just hanging out when I can, and then just working. I can't wait for that to slow down a tiny bit though. So yeah,
well, I'm glad it was good to have those talks. That's something I'm very impressed with you as your character. You're able to take a step back, take a look at yourself objectively, and be willing to make a change. That kind of humility is wonderful to see in people. And
sometimes I don't want to make a change. Sometimes I just want to stab someone in the eyeball.
But of course.
Character.
Of course. Yeah. No, but you do a very good job at it. So good job.
People don't die. So that's a positive. Our private league's almost done, right? Like it'll finish after this weekend? Probably.
It will. But first I'd like to apologize to our newest patron, Casey. Not our newest patron, but our newest one that is that
I thought we already sent this one out.
Possibly, Casey. Okay. So if you already have this, you can ignore it. But when you sign up for Patreon, you can choose to include or exclude your address. And so I don't mean to exclude anybody that chose not to include their address. But for those that do, your card is coming. And if it's a second card, you're so welcome. But if it's your first card, I'd like to apologize. We had a little bit of mix-ups with the envelopes recently. And I've also been waiting
we have a lot of envelopes.
Do we ever? Thanks to Justin ordering while his mind is elsewhere.
Them? What if we did it this way? Like took two and closed it on the card. I wonder if you're allowed to do that.
That's okay. Okay. Welcome to Justin's mind. It's finally working. No, so I was actually waiting for my hand. It's been very shaky, and so my writing hasn't been good. We were going to go to Oliver's Skittleball game the other day, and Violet was going to get home after we left. I had to get Aaron to write the note because I was scared Violet wouldn't be able to read my writing.
Yeah.
So Casey, this first or second card you will receive might not be legible.
It's not bad. I just read it.
You need me to translate for you. Please take a picture, send it to me on Discord, and I will be happy to tell you what it means.
The thing is,
computer typed letters.
There's never going to be any debate as to whether or not we write our own cards because it's pretty obvious. I'm just kidding. You're writing
every message is individually written. It's not
There's no carbon
copied. It's no template.
That's right.
They're similar enough now, but for the most part, they're all individual.
Yeah, heart to heart. He gets right into it.
I preach Jesus the whole. No, I'm kidding.
That's the part I white out before you send it.
Wouldn't that be awesome? I write all this heartfelt stuff, and then they end up getting the card, and it's just, hey,
thanks,
tags wrecker. That would be so funny. New tradition starting now. Anyway, sorry, Casey, and thank you, and everyone else.
I just got it last night.
Exclude anybody
out of the mail.
Okay.
Sorry, that's just took me a while to remember. What do we got this week in PoE?
Nothing. It was all PoE 1, which is good, but it's just like they have a hiring. They had 2 small hot fixes, and then it's all talent and Phrecia competitions and stuff.
Oh, I just want to quickly look at the talent stuff. Man, people are so good. Okay, that's cool. Patch notes, hiring. That's a lot. Oh, hiring. Okay, that's so funny. I got a text from Logan. He sent it to Christina and me have a shared WhatsApp chat with Logan, and then we have one with Ethan. And in that he goes, I guess we're moving. And he put a link. I was like, what is this? And I clicked the link, and it was the we're hiring at GGG. Funny. Yeah. He apparently wants to move to go work there.
Hey,
that's cool.
I'll go there in a heartbeat. The lack of creepy crawlies and critters they have there, and the strictness they have, can't wait. I mean, the second I get there is when that's going to oh yeah. Oh, they do. They? Look it up.
Okay, I believe you.
Look it up.
Oh, that's cool. Don't they have we talked about this in After Dark. They have ExileCon too. We didn't talk about that last week.
You know why we didn't talk about it?
Because it wasn't Listen, we did determine it is on the page.
We did.
It's just not in their announcements.
If you go to pathofexile2.com
or pathofexile.com.
After you've been to pathofexile2.com once, you realize there's no reason to be there, and you should just go to pathofexile.com so you don't really go back to Path of Exile 2.
Okay.
But it is big. Like ExileCon is the quote unquote
top of it
only thing on the page, so that's good. And then if you go to pathofexile.com, the banner at the top that everybody ignores because normally that's an advertisement, it's up there. But see, I get our links from their announcements page on the forum, and then their patch notes from the patch notes section on the forum. And so for some reason they didn't announce ExileCon on their announcements forum. And so we didn't talk about it last week. But anyway, super cool. One thing that I thought, we tried not to talk about it in After Dark. What do you think they're going to announce? Like, I know that maybe they're trying to turn it into something where it's just like, hey, just come hang out with some PoE buds,
which is what they did last time.
PoE people. And but I still think it's going to take a tiny bit of time because their first ExileCon was a ginormous announcement, which it probably would be for anybody who's trying to start a regular convention. But it started this precedent. And then how many have there been now? There's 2, right?
Yeah, there's been 2 this week, 3.
Now the next one, people are like, because there was crazy delays and all this kind of stuff. Like, okay, it's going to be an announcement. It's going to be the big announcement. We're going to find out the date. And the big announcement was that beta was going to start by the end of that year.
Yeah, it was underwhelming, whatever
it was. Yeah. And if you're trying to change the precedent, you got to start somewhere so life goes on. So I'm curious, though, if you don't announce the start, like when this game's actually going to be, and you and I have the impression this game still has like way more than a year to go.
I bet you. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
But
go ahead.
How do you have another convention? And if it's not announced, that means that your game is going to be released over a year away. Not officially, but that's how the general mentality would be from your fans, right? So it seems like a tricky time to have one if you're not announcing the expected, but then also kind of like Rockstar, expected start date that's going to get delayed, but the expected launch date, right, of the official game. What were you going to say?
I bet they announced they're going out of early access and that they're doing that December. That would be their December rollout.
2026.
And because I think, I think that I think they will leave early access when they finish Act 5 and 6. Jonathan's already said that it's not going to come out with all the classes and all the ascendancies. Like, they don't feel like they need to have those done before it leaves early access. So I could see them, moving out of early access. And I don't know that we still have a couple of updates before that. So maybe they have some plans, but that would be my guess, because otherwise I don't understand it.
The concept of ExileCon.
I get the idea of a convention. I think it's really cool, but their conventions are just really difficult because they're so far away. So, I mean, there is one cool part of their conventions, which is the people who are going to them are like hardcore into Path of Exile. They're not just nonchalantly going like, all right, I'll go to that convention. Like, every single human,
few grand kicking around.
That's right. It's a long flight.
I don't feel like going to Egypt. So
their tickets are massively expensive. Like, they're like, just tickets to get into the convention are way more expensive than they used to be.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So the base ticket is $250 US. The VIP 750 and the Ultra VIP is 2,000. I do not remember them being that high when I went. That was 2019. And if they're actually running a convention while they're creating two games, I would guess that a lot of this price increase has gone to them hiring a company to run everything for them. Because I just don't understand how they could, with their staff, try to put a massive convention together while they're trying to develop two games. Like, that just doesn't seem likely. So it'll be cool to see, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were announcing that they were going with 1.0, like, out of early access. I'm thinking in my head, like, if the game was as it is right now and you just add 5 and 6, in my opinion, it's probably not ready yet to go out of early access. But also, I don't know, like, does it need to be kept behind early? I don't know, man. I'm not really sure.
Well, the story actually needs to be done. I mean, you can't
so that would be
fully
5 and
release
6,
a game without the actual proper transition of the acts. It's not like Path of Exile 1's been around and then they eventually enhance the story. You actually have to have a complete base story. Like, those interludes, I guess you could get away with the interludes.
I don't think they will.
A really cheesy tie-in to, like, no story, but they have a connection to the end of Act 4 and the end game, so you could do that. But did you? I think I saw a post on our Discord. I think it was a Reddit thing, but if it's correct, Cat Noodle was just hired to help by GGG. She now works in their narrative department.
Oh, to do like lore stuff.
As far as I mean, it was a quick read that I saw, but yeah. So if they're doing that, then there's probably a big crunch into getting a really well done, efficient, nice, and thorough narrative getting done. So that I'm probably, with that news coming out, is something that is going to happen for launch, right? So we have finishing the acts as something that. So this is all just like hearsay chit chat. If it's coming out within 10 or 11 months, right? 10 months, I guess it would be. You have to finish the acts, but that's all the visuals. That's actually the map. That's the bosses. That's the voices.
Story,
maybe
everything.
The voices are already done. Who knows? But you have to finish the acts. You have to make sure that the atlas is the way that you want it, right? Sure, yes, that can change. It's changed many times in Path 1, but you have to be happy with the end game, right? And that is a big deal. Because then you come out with the official game and end game is not the way you want it, or people are super displeased with it, it's a failure of launch. Like, you can go through and have all this open-mindedness, but at the end of the game, if your actual launch sucks for whatever the reasons are, it's a sucky launch. And you went through like this 7-8 year process, and then you had a super crappy launch. And everybody plays this game for the end game. So however they're going to do it, they do have to make sure their end game is properly in place. So their acts, their end game, all the weapons need to come out. And that means a lot more skills need to come up. Well, yeah. I don't know. Like, if you were to, if you're talking the way you're talking, the way that I would think I would want it to be is then, yes, if it's weapons, classes, ascendancies, end game. I just don't think it's going to all be done before they do their move out of early access. I would say ascendancies, like actually having complete ascendancies for every class, is a must. You can't say you've fully launched.
Class, sure.
No, I think because on their menu, they have all the classes that aren't in the game yet.
Yeah, but Jonathan said that he doesn't feel like those all have to be done before they come out of early access.
That's such a...
I don't know that that's true, like, or if that's how he still feels, but...
Sure. I don't know if that was said or not, but that's, like, to me, that's not true at all. Like, you don't, like, their menu itself has all the classes listed. And it also displays the available ascendancies. It would be so weird to have some grayed out and say, "Hey, we've officially launched." Like, what's the predetermining factor for an official launch then if your game's not complete?
That's a lot of stuff. I mean, especially because they are saying that they are releasing what they have finished, right? That's their moving forward with their releases. What we get is what they have completed up to that point. So it just means that I'm sure everything's in some different state of completion with them, but just that's a lot of stuff if they were to go with the full release at the end of this year. Like that's a lot of stuff. If you considered that you needed to have all of that stuff done, and I'm not sure that they do.
And that to me is, I hope you're incorrect on that, because that to me is nuts because complete is complete. Like, you can't, like, change the definition.
I don't know if there's ever complete. I know what you're saying. I know I'm being a bit more devil's advocate to what you're saying with complete, but I don't think the game's ever fully complete. But I do, if you have the character options there, it's weird to release that's a coming soon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If people don't know other characters exist, fine, but they already have that precedent. You have the witch and the sorceress all out, right? So you know that this one person hanging can switch from this outfit or this outfit, and it means you have these 3 options to eventually upgrade to, or these 3 options to eventually upgrade to. So you know that everyone else that's hanging is going to have that. Now, let's say I go to one of our friends and I'm like, "Hey, Path of Exile's fully released. You can play it for free now." And then they go and they're like, "Oh, you mean I can only use hammers?" You know what I mean? Or it's like you go to the warrior and it's like you get 2 options, or you go to the druid and you get 2, but there's no second option to see what those are. Like, they're going to come back to you and being like, "What do you mean complete? What do you mean fully released? Like, free? Sure." So, you know what I mean? Like, from the masses, when you're making the game for the masses, complete does mean one thing, whether that's their definition or not. Hopefully we're on the same page, but at the end of the day, like, if they're coming out in what my definition is of complete, they have a lot to go through, because not only do you want that to be in the game, but you'd like to have a pass or 2 of making sure it's all relatively fun to play too, right?
You know, if they're just thinking about it too right now, it's always fun, because we're just talking back and forth. We have no idea what they're going to do. But Jonathan, I remember him saying that they weren't coming out of early access until they had, whoa, you all right?
Yeah, no, I have a little pull-out thingy on my desk, and I bonked it hard. Sorry.
Yeah, sounded like it hurt.
Here. It's one of those loose pulley-outy shelves.
Okay. But he said that they wanted 2 good leagues in a row before they
good
came
as
out
in positive, like positive feedback leagues. Yes, I remember that.
Before they came out with early access, which is actually kind of funny too, because I'm not sure how feedback on the leagues correlates to how complete they are and ready to launch 1.0, like come out of early access. I don't know how those 2 things correlate to each other, but
sure.
I mean, if they were to try and do it, let's say that they were to try and do it, that's do we have two leagues through 2026 with them, or
we have 3 more left?
Okay.
If we're talking December,
when did this one come out?
No, actually, it's only 3 a year. That's right. It's only once every 4 months.
Because it's every 4 months. And when did this one come out? It was December.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, it was December. So
then we'll have our March one, and then our June, July one, whichever one that is, and then or August, and then we have so then we have August. So we have December, August,
July, I think,
March, April.
So I mean, there's really 2. There's 2 that would come out before if they were to try and release 1.0 in December.
Yeah.
So is
ExileCon going to be the announcement that December's the day?
That's my guess.
Seinfeld would say, "That's your gosh darn day right there."
That would be my guess, but if it's not, I think that's still fine. And it will be interesting to see if their goal with ExileCon is just to make it a fun convention that they try to do every year with some information, but it's not like ExileCon 1 was, the first one. So
yeah.
I am definitely glad I went to the first one. Case. Like that was a lot of fun.
People go without expectation and then everything's awesome and exciting. And it'll probably take time to get there just because you're only on number 3 and the first one was so huge.
Yeah, right? And there was big expectations for the second one, which probably maybe wasn't sort of fair, but it kind of was expected. And then it didn't have that same oomph. So
yeah. A lot of curiosity with this one. I'm kind of hoping for their sake that it is another like not really non-announcement ExileCon, like because then number 4, then number like again, it would be disappointing like the second one for the people that are going because they're hoping for that big release date.
They haven't done it every year, right? It wasn't just last year.
I don't know. I don't know these things. Sorry. But then you get like the next one after that, number 4, and then it's like everybody's going. They're just like, sweet. It's a no announcement thing. Let's go. Mm-hmm. I mean, people are always going to be hoping for the big reveal.
Sure.
Until the reveal happens, but the more you have without it, the easier it gets. So either way, I assume we're not going then if tickets are $10,000 American.
Unless they want to send us one.
Sweet. Well, I'll get things.
It's such a long flight. It's such a long trip. I think, is this in November? When are they doing it?
Yeah, it's their summertime.
November 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Summer.
Yeah, it'll be cool. At least though, we can watch it if we're not there.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's so beautiful.
We can drink when we can go to your house and have some drinks while we watch it. Right.
That's right.
Like last time
we did do that last time. That's right.
We did. Yes.
It was like a daily event.
All good things.
Anyway, cool.
Yeah. So you got to make sure there's no software updates to your system come November-ish.
Just block
Plan
it all
them
out.
for August, September.
Just shut everything down. Sorry, I'm watching a
just no updates. Make it status quo for a while.
So then we're just there's nothing patch wise though. Everything's just sort of rolling along. I guess
all like
we're waiting
stuff,
for. Right? Is it PoE 1 is next?
All for,
who's next? Who gets the next update?
Yeah, it's Path 1.
Okay.
1, yeah.
But we don't know when, or have they said that they're? I don't remember where we're at. Are they doing an announcement for that? Okay.
They will. They will. I won't care.
I will.
I just like Path 2. I played both games this week though, and you didn't play any, right?
I did not. So tell me about it. What'd you play?
It was weird because I'm controller on both, console on both, primarily. But this week I'm playing on PC, so I'm controller on PC for Path 1, and then of course it's the same experience, Path 2, no matter what device you're on. And it was weird. Like I had a great time. So like I'm not cutting the game down, but it was weird because the buttons are so different. So of course there's like getting used to, oh shoot, I can't dodge roll. Oh shoot, I can't do this. Oh right, there's so many more automatic skills that trigger this and that, and then you get back into the mentality. Oh right, I just can't. Right, I have to have a certain amount of dex for this because it doesn't work that way. Oh right, I can't choose my attributes on the tree. Like it's all mixing and it's fun. You get back into it quick. But it was so frustrating going between menus, like playing Path 2 because I can play Path 2 with Erin.
Yeah.
Because it's cross-platform,
mm-hmm.
right? And she's enjoying the progress of going through with her werewolf. She just unlocked her little wolf buddies at, I don't know, and with Spirit Gem in Act 3. Mm-hmm. And so, she's excited about that. So we did that a few times. But then I go to Path 1 to play for the private league. And like how to stash stuff and pick things up and move them. It's also a vendoring. Oh, it's so different. Even the buttons like LB and LT do the opposite between each game. So sometimes I'm moving my stash tab over instead of moving to the next stash tab. I'm like actually changing my currency tab to move farther down the list of. So it was tough to go back and forth, but just in a kind of way, not in a criticism. I don't know why it's different, but it is.
Is it better in 2? Because I didn't play 1 with controller.
No, it's not better in 2. I prefer how it is in 1. The sell button, when you go to the vendor, you hit, like the sell button, X to sell, and then it's X to move your items to the vendor screen in your stash as well, which is really nice. It's all the same. And so there's a lot of consistency there. But then sell is also the same button as transfer over if you're with your stash. So it's always just X, 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 no matter which screen you're on. It's nice and smooth. The ability to go between all your stashes is nice. It's still very clunky in Path 2, especially when you get to the MTX screen. how they have you moving between tabs.
Oh, trying to pick the one you want is so annoying.
And then the D-pad versus the L analog stick. And so it's still very clunky in Path 2. And in Path 1, you can, like on vendor screens or in your stash tabs, you can, I don't know, rest on or highlight empty squares. But you can't in Path 2. It jumps you to certain things.
Why would you want to be on an empty square?
And though that is convenient sometimes, because it'll help you snap to things. It still doesn't do a good job snapping. Like the system's not smart enough yet. You know what I mean? Like if I'm hovering over an item and I'm like, oh shoot, I want to see what my resists are at. If I tab over to the character tab, my cursor jumps to something on the character tab, and then I've got to hit like 20 buttons to get back down to my item. So Path 2 is still not smart yet, and that'll change. That'll get better. But there's some times where it's like I'm on the gem screen, and I don't want a big tab displayed overlapping a whole bunch of other gems. I want to see where my gems actually are. But because I can't put my cursor, quote unquote, on an empty square, I can never see my full gem screen unless I move my cursor completely over to my inventory. Because I constantly get the gem information up. And so there's no convenient way for me to just go, boop. Well, there's no like quick button for me to actually see my stash. I have to scroll around, and
it just needs an option to deselect where you're
something,
not
right.
It's not
just
hovered
quick
over.
Hide info, right? Something like that, just for the moment. So Path 1's a lot smoother with that experience, but I love the gameplay in Path 2 so much more. So it was fun to go through. Again, there's like every time I do this, I get that huge appreciation for how, like, Path 1 still drives me nuts, but I have a big appreciation for how fine-tuned the experience is and how old the game is.
Did you
Path
die?
2 I know is going to get there. No, I'm alive, but I'm not going to be able to finish.
Like the axe, you mean, or what?
Yeah, I cannot play this league. And
did you play this league? You didn't play this league when it first came out, did you? Because you wouldn't have played Path 1.
For a little bit I did. But it literally puts me to sleep. I cannot play for more than 30 minutes. I've tried and I've tried.
Why?
I've actually gone to bed so early, slept for 11 hours, had like the most perfect diet. I've revolved my entire like day and a half before just to try it out. And then I play Path of Exile at the prime day of my prime time for energy for me the very next day after the best sleep, the best diet, the best everything. And no joke, within 20 minutes to 30 minutes, I'm like, I cannot even stand. I need to fall asleep.
Why?
And it's because no. Well, I do find the game more boring than Path 2. That's just the difference between gameplay. But what it is the mechanic itself. When you're actually going through, so I'm talking leveling, right? So it's about breach.
Oh, breach, right? Yes.
And it's all those walls, and you have this crazy purple aura around you. Mm-hmm. It is so bright and so flashy. And you can't, like, I can ignore the gameplay mechanic, but I can't ignore the visual aspects
that
of the
all
mechanic
over the place,
because, well, they are. Yep. And even if I need to progress from this waypoint to that waypoint, even if I'm not going to actually do the breaches, I still have to walk through the stuff. Yeah. And just how flashy those walls are when you're going through with your purple aura.
Do you play with like bloom down? Does that affect that?
I don't really know. Oh yeah, I have everything set to make it as accommodating to me as possible. I cannot play it. Like I'll go through and I'm like, okay, that wasn't that bad. But then no joke, in like 10 minutes, I'm out. I can't. So I've literally only played for 30-minute sessions. Yesterday was kind of like my last attempt to try and play long-term. I'd get from one waypoint to another waypoint, and then I'd do some laundry. I do one waypoint to another waypoint, and I'd do like the top tray of the dishwasher. I'd do one waypoint to another waypoint, and I'd vacuum the area rug. And I was probably able to play for a total gameplay, maybe an hour. But then I fell asleep before my wife came home after dinner, and I slept for like 3 hours until it was time for the kids to go to bed. Like I just could not stay awake.
Dang.
So I'm going to keep going with it, but I can't ruin my day because of it.
Yeah.
But I don't even think I'm going to be able to pass. Like I'm in Act 7, I think.
Okay, well that's not bad. That's still not bad.
No, I mean, I normally get to maps. I just normally die in the first map or two. But the campaign's always easy. Like the build is doing, it's my Reaper build with Phantasms. It does poison and bleed. It's really strong offensively. It's really strong defensively. The path and the system, like it's just such a fine-tuned build over the years. I really like it. And it's so easy to go through the campaign in hardcore. I still have to pay attention, of course, a little bit. And the purple areas are especially dangerous. I mean, I haven't come into any, like I haven't even been close to dying once, except once in a trap I was zoning out running with the saw, of course. But like sometime, right? But there's been a couple times where it's like all of a sudden I have like 3 or 4 rares on me in these purple areas. And I'm like, man, like this is crazy.
This is awesome.
Well, it is, except I'm already like,
yeah, it's not helping if it's flashing.
No, but anyway, like it's been good. I'm disappointed because I like competition. I like seeing it.
I'd like to be in the top.
I'd like to prove people wrong. Like I can do it. My build is good, but people keep thinking my builds suck for some reason. People keep thinking I don't know the basics of the game. I don't know why. So it would have been nice to like, and this was the perfect time of my life to have it because there's nothing going on. I could spend, the entire school day playing if I could stay awake for it. It was just the wrong league for it. And so hopefully I'll get a league, maybe the next Path of Exile, because there's not going to be that many private leagues left in Path 1 until Path 2 comes out, right?
I mean, that's what our talk was. That's what our thought was. I was just like died there for a minute. I cannot imagine playing Path of Exile 2 in a private league as hardcore ever.
It's like, such a... Well, there's so much stupid stuff still in Path 2. Like Erin and I were playing and we were having so much fun. We were having a great time. Really were. Her build is strong. I'm loving my build. It's really good. I'm going slow-mo. Everything's really slowing down for her, even with all the penalties, including like how many players are in your party. Cool. And then we go to Ascend and we're on the trial. We've already done Sekima, and believe me, at least she didn't blame me for it or we would have been divorced. But Sekima, that was a few weeks ago.
Yes, I remember talking about that.
Yeah, it was tough. So anyway, now it's time for the Trials of Chaos. And GGG, thank you for making sure that my marriage is on a solid foundation because your trials it's like building IKEA furniture together.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it.
Especially with Sekima, when you share a health bar.
Yep.
Come on. But anyway, so Trials of Chaos, it's actually not like, it's a lot more fun co-op because there's a little bit more aggro there. And so there's less focus on the stupid stuff. Now, it's still stupid.
It's stupid, but your build matters so more dumb. In that 100%. Than it does in the other one. But yeah.
And it's not fun, but at least you're earning experience points. In Sekima, half of it's about not earning experience points. You know what I mean? Like you could kill, but you may as well not. There's only a couple times where it's actually telling you to kill stuff. Sure. Otherwise, it's avoid. So you are getting XP. You fail the Trial of Chaos, you fail, and you get XP. You do it again, you get XP. So you're still possibly progressing. And then there's drops throughout the process too, which is nice. But then we get to the bosses, and like that. And then it just ruins everything. Like you're having so much fun, but then it's like 1 or 2 things that completely ruin the experience. So an example would be you're picking modifiers for your first 3 trials, not knowing which boss you're going to get. Well, that's weird. It's like, do I want increased area? Like, is it good to have more monster speed or monster area of effect? Or do I want which boss am I going to get? Because if this boss has a lot of dots on the ground, maybe I don't want those lightning circles kicking around because I'm already paying attention to the ground in the boss fight. Like you're picking stuff that might be a complete hindrance to the boss that's going to randomly roll for you or not, right?
It's all about Trials of Chaos, though. I think that's on purpose.
I agreed, but it's not fun. But then you couple that with something like the Chimera boss, and that Chimera boss, it's like fighting the Elden Beast at the end of Elden Ring.
I'd rather all it does is jump around. I would rather that one than the other two.
But she's melee. And those ground effects like that chill, it literally lasts for minutes on the ground. And it slows you like 50% or whatever. It is crazy. And the amount that it jumps around and then you're slow, like Aaron's like, oh, sweet, I'm going to freeze it. It's going to be great. It's at 90%. And then it jumps.
Yeah.
And then she has to run through chill to get there. As much as she's trying to avoid it or dodge roll through it, by the time she gets to it, it's at 20% freeze. Like, so she's not even close, right? It's like just the whole experience isn't fun. And then half the tells for the Chimera, you can't tell what's going to come because depending on where it is on the screen, you can't even see half the boss anyway. So any tells that might exist, you can't see. So it's just like, and some of these fights, like even the other two fights, they're really not fun. They're just too extreme. Kind of like Jamiroquai. Gregory's in a great spot now for the end of Act 1. Jamiroquai is insane for Act 2. And then you get to Doriani for Act 3, and that is a perfect fight for that stage of the game. But Jamiroquai is completely off the map for where it's situated and how busy it is and what it does. Like it's crazy, including the fact that like there's only one way to avoid that lightning spear, right? So the chaos bosses are the same. So we had a really good time, except for the bosses. But that sucks because that's what you're almost like most excited for.
Did you guys get that second ascension done?
We did, but not even on our first playthrough. We did it about 4 or 5 times on our first attempt. And then she was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So we played. So she turned on Sims instead. And then the second time around, we ended up doing it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So it's good. And then we're going through, and the last time she played and she beat Act 3, the cruel difficulty existed. There weren't any interludes. So she's excited to actually check out
Act 4 is great. I actually really like Act 4.
Yeah. So we'll see what she has to say about it and think about it, but we're enjoying it and going through, and I'm loving my slow-mo build, man. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. I
don't remember. What are you using for damage again?
It's ED Contagion.
Yes. Love.
But I was also adding, because they have that dark effigy tower or totem, that I remember Jonathan's comments about like, well, if you're doing this, then you may as well do this. And if you're doing those two, you may as well do this. And it kind of really took me away from theory crafting because I don't want to do those things, but I feel like I have to. So I feel like I'm doing the cookie cutter build that I'm supposed to for ED Contagion.
I feel like that's how pathofexile 2 is right now, though, just because there's a lack of stuff. Like, I feel like if you're going down a direction, you're probably doing it exactly how anybody else thought to do that direction, because there's no variance really that the game allows for right now.
And I hope that's not what they're aiming for. That's not what I look forward to. Sure. To me, that's not really theory crafting. It's discovering
I'm sure it's because we're so early in.
I hope so. I hope so. So Dark Effigy sends out projectiles. That's the totem. It sends out projectiles and a certain amount of them per second based on how many different chaos dots are on that specific target. And it shoots super fast and it does great damage. It's all hits. It's not dot, but it's all hits. But I discovered, I think I mentioned this last week, but I discovered that they, even though they're not described differently, I think that's a bug in the game because other versions of Ignite, like you can't like stack different kinds of Ignite. It's only the strongest one that does. So when ED and Contagion and Despair are all talking about their chaos dots, there's nothing in the game that signifies that they're different. It just calls them that same generic term. So I always thought that I'm not stacking these dots, that only the strongest one will prevail. And then I discovered that they are different degens. When I started seeing the icons on the screen, I love learning in the game. Sure. It has been so fun. Even path of building and the wiki aren't up to date. And so some questions I could only answer in the game, like which supports could or can't work for this skill. I love that about Path 2. But then I started seeing those icons above the boss bar, and I'm like, oh, no way. Contagion has a different chaos dot than ED, and ED has a different chaos dot than Despair, or not Despair, but Decaying Hex. And I'm like, oh, and so then now I kind of feel obligated to use the totem. Awesome. So, but I still just want to hit 2 buttons. So whether it's Despair and Dark Effigy, or whether I'm doing Contagion Essence Drain and Contagion. So I'm like, how do I want to do it? So I've been playing all week with... You can manage a
third.
So in a boss fight, so what I do on controller is... So I tried casting through Cast on Minion Death. I tried casting ED and Contagion because it's just 2 dots and they share the same... Well, they share the same supports too, right? If you're focusing on Chaos Dot. And so I was like, okay, we'll just throw those 2 on and then that one enemy's going to die and then they'll spread for clearing. And if not, then they'll both stay on the boss. And it's the dots that I'm trying to care about, right? So I tried that for a while, and then I was just casting Despair and Dark Effigy. And I'm like, okay, but it was slow, right? Because I'm waiting for these skeletons to die and then cast and then die and then cast and have enough energy. And like it was working and it saved me buttons, but it was slow. And if I went to self-casting Essence Drain, its hit is so strong. But its dot is too. So what I ended up doing was I put Despair on cast on minion death.
Okay.
And for some reason, it casts every time the minions die. But ED Contagion would only cast every second time the minions would die.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't get that. It wasn't just one spell would cast it, but like neither spell would cast. It was like it gained less energy based on which spells were socketed to it. It was weird. So maybe there's something I'm missing or maybe there's a glitch, but either way, it was much more consistent with Despair linked to it. It did mean I had to get rid of Impending Doom because Impending Doom is only for self-cast spells or curses. But I'm holding down Essence Drain just all the time, and then I'll just hit X, which is Contagion, every now and then, and that's great. And then on Y, I have the Totem, and I only use that on bosses or rares, whatever longer fight there is. And so I just don't bother with 3 buttons while clearing. So it's still just technically 2 buttons for the majority of the game. And then when I'm fighting a boss, anytime I would hit X, I'll just go X, Y, and I find it good. Yeah, there's just not a lot that supports any of those skills right now. If you're focusing on dots, there's 2-3 supports for Essence Drain and Contagion.
Are you like forking Essence Drain, or are you doing something to get it to chain or to go more than just one?
I just care about the boss fight. Now, because there's so few supports that actually support the chaos, the dot version of the chaos, including just like chaos mastery, I do have space for clearing stuff as long as it doesn't diminish the damage. But I even found something like Burning Inscription. It's another curse damage dealing support. It has almost no supports too. So hopefully those come out soon in the next patch. It'd be fun to, I mean, obviously way more needs to come out, but it'd be fun to have a little bit more variety with what's currently out there. But I had it was frustrating, of course, had some pretty frustrating moments, like the really bright, flashy Path 1. And then, of course, the crappy bosses in Path 2. But overall, I had such a great Path of Exile.
That's a lot of Path of Exile for you. That's sweet.
It was. And maybe it just in general, that's why I was sleeping so much during the day too. So maybe that wasn't a fair comparison I mean, it is super bright.
It is very bright. And it's a kind of a flashy, as it almost jars you as you're walking through it.
It's like when we're driving to the interior and we're driving through Manning Park. And it's
they're coming through the light.
Yeah, like anytime you go on those like mid-forest drives and the sun's at that perfect angle, it's a gorgeous day, but you're driving through the trees, so it's like shade sun, shade sun, shade sun, shade sun, shade sun.
Just yesterday to me.
Oh, it's like a punch in the face every in the side of your face. And I can't even like squint it away or anything or close one eye because it's over the windshield too, right? So it's
It's when you just hold the wheel and you just hope.
Yeah, you just like that's right. See you in heaven, kids.
Just don't stop because I can't tell.
Oh man,
that's good. I'm glad you got to play.
Yeah, it was. So you've had a busy week. We have After Dark tonight, of course, but you haven't touched the private league now.
Correct.
What do you need? Like you've had a busy week, tone down, get things out of your head, just chill out, not pay attention. Would be the private league be more for like? Well,
I want to make a character.
Draining everything.
I want to make a character. So we're
talking Age of Empires, and it's a lot more brainless than a hardcore experience. But you're also on kind of a time constraint now for hardcore. So
I am.
I'm fine if we
let's see how it goes.
Don't do AoE.
If I get some time this afternoon, I don't know if I will, but if I do, I will try and at least make a character and get into it and see how it's feeling. Because I would like I've never not had a character in one of our private leagues. I just haven't had time. So my hope is to at least get something in there.
It's
the top is only 95, so like easy.
Yeah, only. No, that's it's been fun to watch people die. But this is a disappointing one for me because I was hoping to get far enough ahead that maybe you might not have had the time to catch up to me and I might have beaten you. And I had the time to do it. It's just
the flash.
The flashiest league that I've ever seen. So
well, you may still. I may not be able to get past Act 7. I don't remember when this ends. I'll just double check. It is hardcore solo self-found, and it ends February 9th at 1:30 a.m. So I really only have Saturday and Sunday.
Is it? Oh, so February is it ending 9th. Monday morning or Tuesday morning?
Monday morning, the 9th at 1:30 a.m. So I have Saturday and Sunday, and maybe some today.
Okay, well then maybe we cancel Age of Empires tonight.
Oh, maybe we can still play it. Let's just see how things go. Because I still have Saturday and Sunday. My hope is not to be working as much this weekend as last. So hopefully I can at least find some time to play. I also have I haven't had the brain space to go into a hardcore. I'd probably die to Hillick.
After your week, maybe I'm not trying to say, hey, spend time with me. But after your week, maybe you need something a little brainless. Get some. Who are you? Not the Holy Roman Empire. Oh,
yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen anymore.
No, but now it's me. Now I get to do
awesome.
it. Now I get to do it.
Who was the group that I was playing at? Was it?
I keep wanting to call you the HRE. You're not the Holy Roman Empire. You're the Knights Templar.
Knights Templar, yeah.
Do you ever hear any Achi Swachi?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, it's one of my favorites. The Order of the Dragon, they have one of their, sometimes every now and then one of their villagers goes, ha ha ha. But when I'm any of the French Joan of Arc or Holy Roman Empire, every now and then they go, geez, so watchy.
I think do they do that for my guys too? Because I have definitely heard that.
Yeah, you're a French variant.
Oh, okay. Let's wrap this up then. Forever Exiled 331. I'm Justin AK Tags.
And I'm Tyler, Wrecker of Days.
Patrons, we will catch you in After Dark. Everybody else, we'll see you next week in 332. Hopefully you're having a great week. We got a website, foreverexiled.com. Discord, pop in and say hello, and Patreon and other ways to support the podcast. You find them down below.
Bye, bye, bye. Oh, wait, let me do that without the... I was closing the thing, and then there's going to be some background noise, so the bye, bye, bye.